Hello there, how's it going? This is my 18th recording for the book Atomic Habits and the second video for chapter 9, the role of family and friends in shaping your habits. Last time we talked about Laszlo Polgar, and in this one we are going to continue on the chapter and we will talk about the seductive pull of social norms. The seductive pull of social norms. Humans are herd animals. We want to fit in, to bond with others, and to earn the respect and approval of our peers. Such inclinations are essential to our survival. For most of our evolutionary history, our ancestors lived in tribes. Becoming separated from the tribe was a death sentence. Hmm. It's a very good idea. Let's read more and we will talk about it. Those who collaborated and bonded with others enjoyed increased safety, mating opportunities, and access to resources. As Charles Darwin noted, in the long history of humankind, those who learned to collaborate and improvise most effectively have prevailed. As a result, one of the deepest human desires is to belong. And these are very powerful ideas. The idea is that we humans live in tribes, in societies, in groups. We don't live isolated, alone. And when we live with other people, we copy their behavior. We do what they do as well. They could be our friends, our family, or society at large. And let's read more and we will talk about it. We don't choose our earliest habits, we imitate them. We follow the script handed down by our friends and family, our church or school, and society at large. In many ways, these social norms are the invisible rules that guide your behavior each day. You are always keeping them in mind, even if they are not at the even if they are you are always keeping them in mind even if they are not at the top of your mind. Often you follow the habits of your culture without thinking, without questioning, and sometimes without remembering. Yeah, when he puts it like this, it sounds common sense. And we talked about the second part of the book, make it obvious, and the whole idea is that we do what we see, right? We what is most common in our environment, that's what we do. And people are in our environment, we do what other people do. The people closest to us, our family, friends, and the society. So for example, you can take the habit of watching TV. If TV is in your home, and everyone else watches TV, then you would watch it too, right? Or you can take the habit of studying. If your siblings or your friends do not study, it's highly likely that you will not study as well. So we are always learning from our friends and family, especially in our early childhood when we don't even know the difference between good and bad. We imitate them, and for most of us, we actually live our entire lives with our childhood habits. It's very important to rewrite those habits that we learned from our childhood by imitating our friends, family, or society. For example, you can take example of religion. In our childhood, we are handed down our religion by our family or society at large. It could be Islam or Hinduism, and we practice it. We think it's the true religion, right? That's one idea of habits. The whole idea is that we do what everyone around us do, and we can actually use that idea to our advantage as well. And what kind of he actually grouped or classified three kind of groups: the close, the many, and the powerful. And we will talk about these three kind of groups. Behaviors are attractive when they help us fit in. We imitate the habits of three groups in particular: the close, the many, and the powerful. Each group offers an each group offers an opportunity to leverage the second law of behavior change and make our habits more attractive. Let's talk about the close. The close are the people who we are surrounded with. Proximity, he talks about, it's our friends and family. Proximity has a powerful effect on our behavior. The closer we are to someone, the more likely we are to imitate some of their habits. One groundbreaking study tracked 12,000 people for 32 years and found that a person's chance to becoming obese increased by 57% if he or she had a friend who became obese. It works the other way too. Another study found that if one person in a relationship lost weight, the other partner would also slim down, about one third of the time. Our friends and family provide a sort of invisible peer pressure that pulls us in their direction. Yeah, that's a very good idea. An invisible peer pressure. We want to, if let's say if your siblings or your friends, they are not very hard working, they don't study too much, or they are not driven, they are not motivated, it gives us an excuse to not work hard. But when we are surrounded with hardworking, disciplined, high achieving people, it actually gives us an itch to be like them, right? So it's a very good idea to surround ourselves with winners and not with losers. Here it says that people who were friends with obese, their chances of becoming obese increased because now you have an excuse to eat too much because your friends are eating too much. Or if your friends are losing weight, then it would give you an itch, as I said. It would make you uncomfortable to see your friend doing hard work, and you would be more likely to do it as well. That's the idea, friends. One of the most effective things you can do is build better habits. To build better habits is to join a culture where your desired behavior is the normal behavior. New habits seem achievable when you see others doing them every day. If you are surrounded by fit people, you are more likely to consider working out to be a common habit. If you are surrounded by piano lovers, you are more likely to believe it's reasonable to play piano every day. Your culture sets your expectation for what is normal. Well, I would like to argue that it's not that easy to just join a culture at will, but I think it's very easy or very doable to remove yourself from a culture that is harming you. For example, if you want to play piano, right? It won't be that easy to just make piano friends all of a sudden. However, if you have friends with negative habits, it's very important to reduce your exposure from them. That's the first step and the most important, I would say, is to remove your exposure to negative people, people who perform negative habits, instead of trying to get closer to people who do good habits. Start with the first step. Nothing sustains motivation better than belonging to the tribe. It transforms a personal quest into a shared one. Previously, you were on your own. This is why remaining part of the group after achieving a goal is crucial to maintaining your habits. It's friendship and community that embed a new identity and help behaviors last over the long run. Well, he is giving a new idea. Not only get into a tribe, get into a culture, but also to not get out of it. If you achieve a goal on your own, it is very likely that you will stop working hard. But if you are in a group, then in order to stay in the group, you will have to continue working hard. Imitating the many. Now, many is the society at large, right? Everyone else is using social media, playing video games, eating junk food, watching television, or all the normal things that we do. That comes in the many. Whenever we assume, whenever we are unsure how to act, we look to the group to guide our behavior. We are constantly scanning our environment and wondering what is everyone else doing. It's usually a smart strategy, but there can be a downside. The normal behavior of the tribe often overpowers the desired behavior of the individual. That's a very powerful idea. So, for example, if everyone is watching television on weekends, it would be hard for you to justify working hard on weekends, right? The normal behavior of the tribe often overpowers the desired behavior of the individual. For example, one study found that when a chimpanzee learns an effective way to crack nuts open as a member of one group and then switches to a new group that uses a less effective strategy, it will avoid using the superior nut cracking method just to blend in with the rest of the chimps. Yeah, now here the chimpanzee is doing it to blend in. That's a good idea. And yeah, we do blend in. I have my own story. I actually like to study, but most of the students in my class they were not very good, and that actually gave me excuse, I would say. Do not strive hard. This is common that we imitate the many. For example, I live in Pakistan, which is a third world country, and here people don't really work hard. And when you actually do even a little bit of hard work, it just feels abnormal. It doesn't feel normal. However, if you go to a country like China, Korea, Japan, those people work really, really hard, really hard. And I think we can learn from them. Humans are similar. There is tremendous internal pressure to comply with the norms of the group. The reward of being accepted is often greater than the reward of winning an argument, looking smart, or finding truth. Most days we most days we would rather be long most days we would rather be wrong with the crowd than be right by ourselves. Very powerful idea. Very powerful idea. When changing your habit, when changing your habits means challenging the tribe, change is unattractive. When changing your habits means fitting in with the tribe, change is very attractive. So, for example, for someone who is living in a third world country, I think it's a good strategy to associate yourself with the citizens of first world countries. See how they live their lives, how they spend their time instead of looking at people around you, because people around you might not be the smartest ones to imitate. Uh, and Marcus Aurelius actually says, look at the wise, what they seek out and what they run away from. Not the mob. Mob means the crowd, what the 90% are doing. It's not the amount of people that decide what is true. It's the intelligence. If 90% of the people are doing one thing, it doesn't make it right. Imitating the powerful. Now, this is a very good idea. This is the successful people. It could be an author, it could be an entrepreneur, and we want to live like them, so we also like to copy them. Humans everywhere pursue power, prestige, and status. It's a smart Humans everywhere pursue power, prestige, and status. It's a smart move. Historically, a person with greater power and status has access to more resources, worries less about survival, and proves to be a more attractive mate. Once we fit in, we start to looking for ways to stand out. This is one reason we care so much about the habits of highly effective people. We try to copy the behavior of successful people because we desire success ourselves. Many of our daily habits are imitations of the people we admire. Yeah, these are the role models, right? Everyone has some. They might not be the best role models. For example, here people most people have celebrities as their role models, but we want to be like them. If a celebrity is using a product, we want to use it as well. But you can also change your role models. See who should be your role model. It should be a good philosopher, a good writer, for example, not someone who has millions of subscribers or followers. So these are three groups that we can associate ourselves with to improve the likelihood of our behavior. Chapter summary. The culture we live in determines which behaviors are attractive to us. We tend to adopt habits that are praised and approved by our we tend to adopt we tend to adopt habits that are praised and approved by our culture because we have a strong desire to fit in and belong to the tribe. We tend to imitate the habits of three social groups: the close, the many, and the powerful. The normal behavior of the tribe often overpowers the desired behavior of the individual. Most days we would rather be Most days we would rather be wrong with the crowd than be right by ourselves. Yeah. If our behavior can get us approval, respect, and praise, we find it attractive. So that's it for chapter 9. In the next video, let's see where we are in the book. Oh, in the next video, we can talk about chapter 10. Looking forward to it. Thank you very much.